I mean, this is not anything shocking. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew. They saw LeBron, how he played from his birthday to February 7th. We heard him say, I heard a pop. We came out here and talked about it. And Skip said, well, you heard a pop? How you still playing?
Well, he kept playing. He played right through it.
Did he say he heard a pop?
He did see it.
Okay, what did Sean report?
We're showing the play right here, I believe. Yep. Okay. It was a sort of a non-contact.
Yeah. He said, I heard a pop.
Okay.
He said, I heard a pop.
Okay. And then he played 10 minutes of that fourth quarter. That was late third.
Yes.
He played 10 minutes. He scored 11 more points. He made 5 out of 9 shots, 1 of 3 from 3. Didn't get the free throw line, but he still scored 11 points through the fourth quarter, and they hung on to win 111 to 108.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just for the record, that's what happened.
Gabe Vincent sprained his ankle. We saw it.
Yeah.
He came back in the game and played the rest of the game, right? He missed the following game, right?
He went to the locker room.
But did he come back out and play?
Just a little bit. He didn't play very much because the game was
out of hand,
completely out of control.
So the question is, I'm asking you, from December 30th to February 7th, when he was 100% healthy, and after he said he heard the pop, did you notice any difference in LeBron James' play? Yes or no?
Maybe some, but did you notice any difference in the first quarter of Game 4?
Skip.
What happened in the first quarter of Game 4?
Skip, see, that's the thing.
No, but I mean, did he play?
Yes, he played.
And?
Skip, when you're injured, you can give it to you once in a while.
I'm not doubting he's injured. I'm just saying.
How do you go from being player of the month for the month of January, averaging 35 points a game, to all of a sudden you missing point-blank layups? You see LeBron was not elevating like he was during that stretch. So you chalk it up to Father Time?
That's I don't know. Maybe. Okay. But I also scored 21 points in the first quarter was what the other night? It was the most points he's ever scored in any playoff quarter.
So
then he went on to score 10 in the second quarter, which gave him the most points he's ever scored in a half of a playoff game, 31 points.
Prior to that, so from that stretch, from December, so the 6-week stretch, December 30th to February 7th, did you notice LeBron James at any point pace himself? You saw how many chase downs did he have? He was getting 2, 3 chase.
Time out. Why are you? Look, this is old news. We already did this.
No.
But it's very old news.
No, but the thing was that you.
I believe something was wrong. I told you something was wrong. I told you I got a hold of a prominent surgeon, national surgeon who does a whole lot of NBA players. They sent him the X-rays at this point, right after this pop game, and they said, can you consult on this? And he said, I looked at it. I didn't see a tendon problem as much as I saw both ankles are just a mess because he's got so much scar tissue. He thought that he was going to need some ankle surgery cleanup. So I told you, yes, he's hurt. He is struggling on both ankles because how many times have we watched him turn it? You think Gabe Vincent turned his ankle? I've seen LeBron turn the knob of his ankle bone to the floor.
Yes.
I've seen it. I know what that feels like from running shoes. It is horrible. And how many times, Shannon, has he popped right up during the game and just shook off his ankle turn and played through it? Well, at some point, if you play the most minutes ever in again, playoff plus regular, your ankles are going to wear out if you do that enough. So whatever it is, it could be a tendon, it could be the ankles. I don't know. I just tell you what I told. I believe he's got some issues that need to be surgically addressed. I think you can scope them. I don't think it's going to require a big surgery on the tendon.
Well, I was at a couple of games, and it seemed like every time he came out of the game, he would take that shoe off and he would roll it over something. Because from his birthday until he passed Kareem on February 7th, he averaged 34 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He shot 52% from the floor, 34% from 3, and he was chasing out and he was unstoppable. After the injury, 10 points fewer, the same amount of rebounds, 2 assists, 4 percentage points, and 5 percentage points from 3 difference.
I got it. I'm not arguing, but this was not news to me, and I think you opened up by saying this is old story, right?
For me...
Hey, and you say you don't listen to the sound?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I heard through 3 rounds of the playoffs, LeBron's playing on a hurt foot. It was constant. It was a barrage of LeBron's playing on a bad foot.
Well, I didn't have no sources. I'm just looking at just watching him from my television, and then watching him the way he played before that injury, and then seeing him after that injury. Oh, it it was clear to me. I didn't need a doctor to tell me that there's something wrong with his foot.
Okay.
Or something. I know something's wrong with his foot. But even if the doctor hadn't told me it was a foot, I would know something was wrong based on the way he was playing.
Okay. My issue with LeBron in the 4 games against Denver was simply this. Hurt or no, I'll give you hurt. Yeah. But you're still LeBron bleeping James. And 4 straight times against the team that will be picked to be favored over whichever team comes out. I'm pretty sure Denver's going to be favored over if it's Boston or definitely over Miami.
Yes.
Because Miami's a 3.5-point dog at home to Boston.
Correct.
Would Denver be favored over Boston?
It's going to be close. Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost even money probably.
Okay. Speaking of even money, the Lakers had 4 straight chances. And I thought this was going to be a home-and-home series. I thought it was going to go 7, and I gave Denver the slight edge in a Game 7 in Denver, only because it was mile-high Denver.
Okay.
The point is, they just needed a shot here or there, a clutch play here or there, a defensive play here or there, just something.
Right.
Because every time it came to push or shove in the fourth quarter, either Joker or Jamal made a play. And it could be offense or defense. Even Jamal's last play on LeBron on the drive.
Right.
They made the pivotal key play where you look back and you say, oh, but he did that, right? He did that. It's timely. It's you gotta.
Right.
And they had 4 straight chances. That's why this whole idea of let's blow up the roster and start. Why?
No.
I loved what I saw. Give this roster a whole training camp and a whole year to figure itself out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I know is my disappointment with LeBron, and it could be, you can attribute at least part of it to whatever foot injury he had, is that he went 7 of 23 in the 4 fourth quarters. He's better than that. 7 of 23. That's
from 3, though, right?
No, from the field,
Okay.
from the floor. He was 1 of 10 from 3 in the 4 fourth quarters.
Yes.
And then for the whole series, I loved his numbers. On what was it, Tuesday morning, I told you, man, I can't argue with 28, 10, and 10 because, Shannon, for 38 in year 20, 28, 10, and 10 in the Western Conference Finals, that will stand the test of time.
Right.
That's sensational given stage and age.
Right.
Okay. But what I don't love is he takes and misses too many threes because in this series he shot 27% from 3, which was 7 of 26. It's not good enough. For the playoffs, he was 26% the 3 rounds. They got away with it against Memphis and Golden State. But it was the 3rd worst shooting by a single player in a whole playoff run in history. And the 1st worst was LeBron in 2015. Well, a lot of times he's so good at all the other stuff that you just overcome it and get away with it. But against Denver, they're just too good.
Right. And Skip, I think a lot of that had to do with, you say, the 4th quarters. I think sometimes the mind is willing, but the body isn't able.
Okay, well, you could be right. There is a time 10 years ago.
He'd have dunked it.
I'm pretty sure he reverse dunks
He
it.
dunked it.
And
You're absolutely right.
He might and
won it.
Okay. That was that game. And then we get to game 4, and you know and I know what happened. I didn't like the play they called on you got 2 late shots. Okay, so they're daring him to shoot the shooter, and then he goes to Schroeder, who tries to hot potato over to Austin Reeves in the corner, and he gets knocked out of bounds. Well, now you only have 3.6 seconds left on the clock. Okay, so again, foot injury, I give you this. I'm hoping, depending on what the severity is, I'm hoping that we hear in the next 2 or 3 days, maybe by Monday, that he's going to have some surgery because the sooner the better for next year.
Well, I think the thing is he's waiting for the doctor to say, well, probably with time it'll heal on its own. Because, Skip, I mean, he's really never had, I don't know for the maybe, and we've never heard about it, had them go into his body. And I'm sure he doesn't want to start that, Skip, going into year 21.
Well, he's never, right?
You're right. To my knowledge.
I don't know anything.
Right.
So no knees, no shoulders, no Achilles, obviously, no ankles.
So, you know, at this stage of at this juncture of the game, you ain't really trying to have no surgery. No. The later you get, you try to have less surgery.
I know. And yet, on a daily basis, we hear that so-and-so's having surgery. Jimmy Garoppolo, the Athletic reported yesterday, he just had foot surgery. Really?
Like, damn. It was obviously they played a football game in 3 months, 4 months.
Okay, so it happens to humans.
Right.
And he is
human.
He has been superhuman, and he has been Iron Man.
Right.
But after a certain point, you just can't keep on keeping.
But will you concede this, that you've heard people since the playoffs started, that Father Time is touching LeBron, and they're not mentioning anything about the injury?
We heard it a bunch of times.
Okay.
We heard Brian Windhorst saying he's getting texts. I don't know if those people were thinking because he's hurt,
Right.
but that he's hit the wall, like this is the end.
But I would like to ask Wendy, how many texts did you get from December 30th to February 7th that mentioned anything about Father Time? They might have called it as what time are you meeting, or what time will you be free, but they didn't mention anything about Father or time.
Well, he might have gotten texts during that period about LeBron's going to play 10 more years.
He's playing at, I bet he got a bunch of texts saying LeBron is playing at an MVP level. I bet he got a bunch of those.
No, he was.
He was.
At that point. But remember, I'm reading that old story, what came out right after February 26th, and he said he found the LeBron James of foot doctors who told him you can play through this and it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
right?
it's all about how you can try.
Yeah,
but Skip, think about this. Even after the injury, he averaged 24 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists.
Okay.
That's not shabby.
Well, who wouldn't take that?
But
I mean, what team wouldn't take that from player X or Y?
Well, see, when you the GOAT, you see the expectations that you have of the GOAT.
You were doing great until you went to GOAT.
Did you see the expectations? Because what you did, Skip, is that you didn't compare him to any other great player. You compared him to a younger self. Huh?
Well, if we want to start comparing him to that guy up in Chicago, then we don't have enough show.
Liz Taylor got compared to no one. She got compared to a younger Liz Taylor. You see what I did with that, Skip Bayless? When you gorgeous like that, they compare you to your younger self.
Really?
When you that great, they compare you to your younger self. They don't compare you to other greats. They compare you to a younger you.
Did you ever see Raquel Welch?
Yeah, oh yeah, woo, yeah. With the movie with
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown, what the Dirty Dozen?
No, 100
Rifleman, yeah. Yeah, I saw her.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw her.
Well, if we compare Liz to Raquel,
I'm just saying. But you compare Raquel to a younger Raquel.
Yeah.
So when you compare the GOAT, you compare the GOAT, the Billy GOAT, to the baby GOAT.
The billionaire GOAT.
Yeah, old Billy.
Yeah,
B-I-L-L-I, Billy.
Except Michael is the...
There you go.
Wait. He's the triple Billy GOAT.
There you go.
Is he not the triple? He's like worth $3 billion.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Why you got to bring Mike in? I ain't even mentioned Mike.
Mike. Yeah, he's like in another league, like in another echelon, another galaxy far, far away. That's true. Okay,
Look,
I give you
everybody knows Mike is the foundation. He's what everybody else is trying to copy. Now, he's not, Mike didn't really, like these guys now, Skip. See, Mike gave him the blueprint. Mike, once he got out, he was the shoe thing. But once he got out, he started doing other things. Now these guys are doing it while they're playing because they're making so much. Well, how much money do you think Michael made in his career? 65, 70 million, $80 million?
He always took a hometown discount.
I remember when Mike was making $5 million a year.
He was. Correct.
I mean, his last 2 years is when Mike made real money.
Yeah.
Skip these guys making 40 and 50 million a year.
Well, when he started making real money, if you see the movie Air, is when his mom said he will get a percentage. This is when he's a rookie going into his rookie year. He will get a percentage of every shoe sold.
Yes.
Well, that only made him several $1 billion, right?
Yes.
But who knew?
I saw it. I finally saw the movie.
It's a good one.
They had a little fabrication. They got a little embellishing. But the storyline of what actually, how it came to be.
I thought it touched my heart.
He was going to Adidas if it wasn't for his mom.
That is correct.
Because Cons, at the time, North Carolina wore Converse.
They did.
But it was Adidas, Cons, Nike. Nike wasn't what it is right now.
They were a running shoe.
And Sonny Vaccaro did a good job of, he didn't go there, but said, she's looking at him like, okay, well, if you got Magic and Bird and you got Dr. J, how does my son stand out? But he'll be Magic. He said, nah, my son will stand alone.
Mama knew best.
Mama knew best.
Yes.
Mamas always know best.
Yeah.
Wise words. Guys, real quick, back to LeBron. The other interesting thing that Shams had to say on the Pat McAfee show yesterday to me was that he fully believes he's going to re-energize, reset this offseason, and play again next season. So,
can you imagine?
Good news for LeBron fans.
Yes, I can imagine.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.